Hey, I'm Lo, and welcome back to Planescape Torment. When last we had left the Nameless One, we had escaped the mortuary, finally, after going through a portal near where we had spoken with the Ghost Lady. But before that, we also pulled out a bunch of armor pieces from some skeletons that I guess are like usable items. And we spoke to some people in town. We met a oh, I can't remember what they're called now. What are they called? NPC Dabus or Dabus. Yeah, we met one of these things. And they talk by like putting symbols over their head. Oh, Lady of Pain is here. Huh. Yeah, here she is. So, yeah, that's interesting. Even though we haven't met her yet, I guess because someone's mentioned her, we now have an entry. Also, I just noticed Anna is here in the player character list. That's, I guess my call was right, that she seems like she's probably gonna join the party. Wow, she's very scantily clad. Anna is a tiefling, a brash girl on the brink of womanhood. Her tail lashes when she's angry. She's a canny gutter snipe, and the hive seems to be a second skin for her. Wow. Is that me saying that or Mort? Who wrote this entry? Collector. Collectors are pathetic remnants of humanity, cast adrift in the hive. They scrape together an imitation of life by collecting the dead who accumulate in the streets of the hive ward and dragging them to the mortuary in exchange for money from the dustmen. You know they've gathered your body from the streets on occasion. Dabus. The Dabus are servants of the Lady of Pain, the enigmatic ruler of Sigil. They float above the ground and speak in rebuses, symbols strung together to spell out words. They tear down walls and construct streets under the unspoken command of the lady. There's something about them that strikes you as wrong. We read these. Dustman male. Yeah, it's the same description as the female. Giant skeleton. These skeletons are made from the bones of giants and given a semblance of life through necromancy. Although these skeletons have no ligaments or musculature, their joints are bound with iron bolts and their bones are reinforced with leather scraps and cords wound beneath their armor. These skeletons, plural, size, belies their great speed and their skill with their greatswords. The archaic armor and weapons these skeletons use do not look like they've suffered from age, and their blades are razor sharp. It is possible that their armor is cleaned daily by one of the mortuary workers. Skeletons suffer less damage from slashing or piercing weapons. Crushing weapons, such as clubs and hammers, inflict normal damage. Lady of Pain. The lady is a mystery. She's widely regarded to be the de facto ruler of Sigil, its protector, and its victim. Huh. She is said to guard the doors of the cage against the myriad schemes of the gods, to be the ultimate expression of balance in the multiverse, to be the prisoner of the City of Doors. There are thousands of stories about her. One even tells that she's actually 6 giant squirrels in a headdress, robe, and ring of levitation and illusions. But none of them can be answered. She's a true enigma, a puzzle with no solution. If someone displeases her by upsetting the balance of the city or worshipping her, the lady may punish the offender. Okay, interesting. Worshipping her is illegal. Her punishment ranges from the mazes, a twisting, turning hell with a cleverly disguised exit, to the casting of her shadow across the transgressor, covering him with slashes and gouges from her sharp-edged shadow. Wow, that's metal. That's cool. Leaving behind a pile of gore and viscera. Neither option is particularly attractive. Midwife. In Sigil, midwives fill many roles. They act as repositories of knowledge, whether the subject be birthing a baby or the proper herbs to cure a fever. Some of them know even more, hiding magical knowledge behind a facade of grandmotherly wisdom. All of them should be useful, should prove to be useful. I think we read Skeleton before. Small thug. In any society, there are going to be... he kind of looks familiar. Is it just me, or does he kind of look like me, but, like, alive? Actually, no, maybe not. No, okay. Yeah, no, they do look a bit different. Okay. Although I do think... I don't know, I have this feeling that that model was probably used in the intro cutscene, where he, like, looks in a mirror and then, like, turns old and disheveled looking. Anyway, in any society, there are going to be people who can't live by the laws society lays down. Maybe they feel downtrodden and oppressed. Maybe they're driven to the streets because they have no other option. Maybe they're just resentful. Whatever the cause, quite a large number of them choose to slip into a life of crime, living by preying off others. You've done it yourself. It doesn't mean you like it any better than what they're trying. It doesn't mean you like it any better when they're trying to prey on you. Tiefling. The lower planes spits evil across the cosmos, infecting everything it touches. Sometimes it swallows people. When they come back with the lower planes stamped across their faces and their souls. And sometimes they come back bearing children. A child who's been touched by the lower planes is called a tiefling, and it's scarred from birth. Being born with a soul that's unquestionably tainted with evil will do that. The reaction a tiefling earns whilst growing up scars it further still. Tieflings tend to be loners, steering clear of trust and friends, living their own lives. When they do trust, they do it sparingly and only over a long period of time, and it's rare they'll ever show it. Wow, that's quite a sad way of describing tieflings. Interesting that it has to be from the lower planes. I guess. I think... So, between episodes, I've actually been, like, reading up a little bit on Planescape. Like, what little I've played so far of this game has inspired me quite a lot, to the point where it's making me want to run D&D again, and I'm strongly considering just running a simple game in the Planescape universe or something. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. But as a result, I've been doing some reading about Planescape as a setting. The lower planes are like the Hells, like the Abyss and Acheron and like the Nine Hells and Tartarus, Hades, like basically any kind of evil place where devils and demons and whatnot hang out. And the Planescape universe, this is something I'm not sure how I feel about, but if we take the Planescape universe at face value, it does have this function where, like, there is categoric, like, planar good and evil. Like, the upper planes are the good planes, the lower planes are the evil planes. And so a tiefling, at least by this setting's own logic, is born evil. I wonder whether this game is going to bring that into question, though. Like, I wonder how much commentary... Like, although the setting sets itself up with that premise, I wonder how, like, interrogating it's going to be. And the fact that we're gonna get, presumably, by the looks of this, we're gonna get a tiefling in the party, right? At some point. I don't know how to get her to join. Huh, is that a tattoo on her leg? It looks like it might be. Like a dragon coiled around her thigh. Yeah, I guess I'm just curious because, like, I mean, look at me. I am a tiefling. I'm gay tiefling. That's my handle. So, like, I don't know. I strongly associate with tieflings. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like tieflings are generally, well, at least, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out how strongly queer-coded tieflings are in this game. But I generally feel like tieflings in, like, modern D&D, and certainly in, like, wider D&D culture, tieflings are, like, very strongly queer-coded, and I'm all for it. But yeah, it'll be curious to see if... It'll be interesting to see if tieflings in, like, their original presentation are still kind of queer-coded. And I feel like this is a good setup. This is a good explanation of how they've become queer-coded, because, like, you know, tend to be loners, steering clear of friends and trust, or, like, the reaction to a tiefling whilst they're growing up scars them further. Like, that is very close to the queer experience, unfortunately, for a lot of people. So yeah, it's kind of not surprising, maybe, that people find solace in them. I should also read the journal, right? What was the last entry? I encountered a ghost woman named Dionara. I told that scribe Dahl about Vraxis and his disguise. Dahl should be sending the rest of the dustmen out to round up Vraxis shortly. Day 1. Okay, I think this must be after I died. I think some hours passed between my deaths. I agreed to deliver the message to Craddock if I should see him. Bain said he was an overseer in the marketplace, somewhere in the hive. I'll keep an eye out for it. One of the dustmen told me that if I was going to look for Farad, I should speak with someone named Emmerich at the Gathering Dust Bar, a bar to the south and to the west of the mortuary front gate. I met a disfigured woman named Ingress in the city outside the mortuary. She was horribly scarred. No doubt the wounds she suffered affected her mind. Ingress warned me about doors within the city. She claimed that any bounded space, a picture frame, an arch, a window, any of these things might become a portal to someplace else if you walked through them with the proper key, or walked close to them with the proper key. These keys could be almost anything, physical or non-physical, iron nails, a thought thought 3 times, a glass rose, an emotion. Any of these things might open a door to someplace else. Ingress was transported to the city through one of these doors on her home plane. She hummed a tune in a glade by 2 dead trees that had fallen together, and she opened a portal to this city. She stepped through, and ever since has not been able to find her way back. Ingress is trapped by her fear of portals. Her experience in planeswalking have left her so frightened that she won't step through anything that might be a portal. If I could find an experienced planeswalker somewhere in the city, perhaps I could help find a way to get her back home. That's the other thing with this setting, is it, like, links in so nicely with so many other settings, because it's basically a multiverse. And so it's like incredibly useful for Wizards of the Coast to have a setting like this under their IP, because it basically lets them, like, put anything in Planescape, right? Like, you could make a strong argument that the entire Magic the Gathering setting is also part of Planescape, and they even also have planeswalkers. I think that's purely a coincidence, but hey, why not make use of it, right? Like you could make Ravnica or Mira or those are the only two Magic settings I know, but yeah, like you could totally put them in planes, why not? Elderly Hive Dweller. A sense of great loss hangs over this elderly woman like a dark cloak. As you watch her, a long, sad sigh escapes her lips. Greetings. She looks up at your face, cloudy eyes squinting and straining to see you clearly. Forgive me, young cutter, I'm but an old woman, and I don't see very well. Do I know ye? No. Perhaps, but I don't know you. She mulls your answer over for a moment and then nods. What is it you wanted, then? I had some questions. Questions? Her expression curdles. Oh no, you're an adventurer, aren't ye? Name, job, and all that rot. Well, I won't have it. Off with ye. I'm not an adventurer. No, I'm not. Not really, at least. Let's say number 2, yeah. Not really. Bah, that. The woman jabs her fingers at you. I've watched the dustman put the name of me husband, damn his soul, me son, and both me daughters on their memorial. Adventurers, all of 'em. Why, I swung quite a sword myself in the day, so I knows one when I meets me one. The old woman seems to be working herself into a fit. Her face has become flushed, and flecks of spittle fly from her lips as she howls at you. Let her continue her tirade. Leave. Oh, jeez, she says a lot. I'll bet ye got all sorts of balmy questions. She mimics your heroic stance. Greetings, I have some questions. Can you tell me about this place? Who's the Lady of Pain? I'm looking for the magic girdle of Swank Iron. Have you seen it? Do you know where a portal to the 2817th plane of the abyss might be? Do you know where the holy flaming frostbrand Gronk slaying Vorpalhammer are wounding and returning and shooting lightning out your bum is? She spits. Dang it all. Only gets ye in the dead book. I ought to kick ye in the shins for even pestering an old woman about it all. Now go away and leave me in peace. Leave. Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, when did this game come out? We're like subverting or parodying RPG dialogue already? Nice. This dustman is dressed in long dark robes, and her hands are folded into her sleeves. Her head is bowed, and she's chanting a message. Chanting at a measured pace with the other dustman. Greetings. The dustman appears to have heard you, but doesn't look up. I would like to speak with you for a moment. The dustman lifts her head. She does not stop chanting, keeping the same pace and tone. What are you doing? The dustman ignores you, instead bowing her head and resuming chanting. I would speak with you. The dustman appears to have heard you, but she does not look up. I would speak with you for a moment. The dustman lifts her head. She doesn't stop chanting. What are you doing? I think I can do this forever. Let's just listen to the chant. All the dustmen carry the exact same tone and rhythm. The chant rises to a near shout every few minutes, then slowly fades away in what reminds you of an echo. Once it fades completely, the dustmen speak several lines praising the true death and then begin again. Let's hear what they say. We seek solace in its embrace. The true death awaits. We all seek solace in something. We seek solace in its embrace. Okay. Yeah, very, especially since they're saying I get a very kind of Buddhist vibe from the Dustman. Buddhism combined with death cult. Somehow that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, so I think we worked out last time that a lot of the townsfolk are kind of repeats. I guess if they've got a generic name, then, like Harlot, all the Harlots seem to have the same dialogue. Angry Hive Dweller. So yeah, if I see someone, even if they're not named, if they've got a similar looking name, then I might not talk to them. You see a man in old tattered clothes. As you approach him, he makes a detour to avoid you and keeps walking. Hey, hold on for a moment. The man ignores you. Sir? He turns, glancing briefly to the right and the left. As if looking to see if you had any friends with you, he draws a dagger. You'd best leave me be, or I'll be wearing this steel between your ribs. Calm down, I just had some questions. He scoffs. I'm sure you do, and I have no answers for the likes of you. Piss off. Farewell, then. Okay. Yeah, no need to attack him. The Post. This filthy-looking corpse is in a sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped, and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe, judging from the smell and texture. The stains run from the rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices have been nailed to its chest, back, and head. Woof. I thought I was in bad shape. Don't all those nails hurt? Examine the corpse. Examine the graffiti and notices. It was great talking to you. I thought I was in bad shape. The corpse makes no response. Examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. Ugh. You'd guess this zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears on the skin still have... Oh, tears. Some of the tears on the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. Ah, jeez. One wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Let's pry out the cobblestone. You grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever was in its head turned to ooze long ago. Examine the notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by the rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked on its back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. One on its forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on its chest looks like it's an official notice, and another appears to be some sort of ad. Some sort of want ad. I don't know what want ad means. Does it mean like wanted? Like a wanted poster? Yeah, I guess let's examine it. What's a want ad? Wanted. Called it. Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of utmost importance to the Dustman cause. Will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with initiate Norochi. Norochij. I'm gonna choose to pronounce the J there like a Y and say Norochi. Gathering dust bar. Examine the other notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by the rain. Yeah. Look at the post for Office of Vermin and Disease Control. To those hive citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honourable and generous sigil government, inquire forthwith at Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats Bounts with a Z. Bounties paid. Copper given for each rat tail brought. Tail must be genuine and from rat only. No cat or dog or fiend tail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge. The respected Phineas T. Lort. The 39th, I think that is. XXXIX. Wow. Why is it so badly spelt? If this is an official post thing, like, why is it really badly written? This almost seems like a scam. Like it's like deliberately badly written to like make people, to make idiots think that it's legit. I don't know. you know like how like those Nigerian prince emails are like have deliberate spelling errors in them to like filter out the people that would disregard it for having those errors. I don't know. Do they have typewriters in the City of Pain? Like, shouldn't this be in print rather than handwritten? Other notices. Bill of fare. Someone has posted a bill of fare for the Gathering Dust Bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smoldering Corpse Bar? Whoa. The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back down to the side with a thump. Reminds me of a job I once had. He seems embarrassed, says Mort. Well, I mean, you know, without the arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by the rain. Yeah, okay. Official notice. Public notice by the order of the Judiciary Council in accordance with the Citizenry of Sigil, that it be known that those defacing a registered servant of the Dustman, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for the vandalism of said servant, by the order of the Hall of Speakers. Huh. Let's look at the graffiti. The graffiti runs from obscenities about the Dustman to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. I mean, how do you fit this much stuff on one person, right? Like, this isn't like a 3-foot or like a 30-foot billboard. Like, man, how do you, yeah. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Farad, on the corpse's left arm and then slashed an X across it. Farad?
Updated my journal.
The zombie immediately jerks its arm upwards and points far to the west and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side. Thanks. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I worked out what this is. This health bar thing. I must have accidentally clicked on this last episode. It's just a toggle between do you want a life bar or an actual number. I think I'll stick with the number. Feels more right. Okay. Yeah, let's check the journal. By speaking Farad's name out loud, I asked the post to show me where he might be found. He pointed several blocks to the west of the mortuary and, oddly enough, downwards. Oh, literally downwards, so he's underground, yeah. Huh. I thought it meant, like, south. Like, southwest. Okay. I kind of want to go to this bar before I go look for Farad. And the bar was... Let's see. Disfigured woman, dustman. I should speak to someone named Emmerich at the Gathering Dust bar. Yeah. The bar is to the south and west of the mortuary front gate. Let me just check one more thing. Anna.
Well, what is it?
You said Farad was to the south and west of the mortuary, correct? Aye, she studies you. I did. Have you forgotten already? No, but I have some questions. What is it you want? Wait, but that's not the same direction that the zombie, the post, pointed in. Did we talk about her tail? We like joked about it, but I feel like we didn't have the opportunity to say this. Do I now? So I do. Why don't you piss off? Okay, no. Never mind, farewell. It's just as well neither you nor a tail would fail. You couldn't squeak a living with... Oh wait, that's more cutting in again. Yeah, okay. Nothing, we're going. Leave. Oh my god, you can kill her. I just saw that option. I've had enough of your lip, it's time for you to die. Jeez. The hive. I guess I should check the map, right? World map? So we were... Oops. The Alley of Dangerous Angles. I think I misread that as angels in the first episode. The Alley of Lingering Sighs. I love that so much. Okay, so are we here or are we here? I mean, that kind of looks like it might be the mortuary. It's hard to tell.
All right.
Cool your heels. Ooh, who are you? You look cool. Oh, you're just a hollow. Huh. Yeah, she looks special. I guess. I don't know. Mourns for trees. What are you, an Argonian? You see a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash tree dead in front of him. He's mumbling to himself and tapping his chin, as if trying to figure something out. He occasionally shakes his head sadly. Greetings. He seems momentarily startled as you interrupt his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but is full of sadness. Oh, greetings to you, friend. How's this day find you? It finds me well. It finds me miserable. Does it matter? Never mind that for now. I have some questions. Never mind. Farewell. Let's say it finds me miserable. Maybe he'll, be like, oh, why are you sad? I'm sad too. He seems to become even more downhearted. Oh, no. That's too bad, friend. Sorry to hear that. Hope your fortune improves. And he turns back to the tree. And how's this day find you? He shrugs slightly and proffers a bit of a smile. Fortune finds me well, though I am saddened just the same. Why's that? He pats the tree beside him. It's the trees here in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares. Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up as if to silence you for a moment. It may not matter to some, but it's important to me. I feel it's a shame to see the last tatters of life and beauty in this ward left uncared for to die. Can you understand that, friend? Yes, you're right, it's a sad thing. No, all things die in time. Why would you concern yourself with the when and how of it? No, I can't unless the trees are of use to someone. Who would care? Yes, and I have some questions. I love how it's sort of hounding. It's a good it's honestly appropriate that that woman like made fun of us before, because it is really kind of funny how much we can hound people with questions in this game. Yes, it's a sad thing. He seems surprised and blurts out, "Really? Oh, I mean that wonderful. Perhaps you would..." He pauses and seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slower manner. "In any case, that's good, I suppose. If you have some questions for me now." "Yes, I had some questions." "No, not just yet. What is it you were going to ask?" "Yeah, what were you going to ask?" For the first time, the man seems genuinely happy. Beaming, he explains, "It's difficult for anything to survive here. Just look around you and you'll see what I mean, friend. I'm not sure if it's possible for trees to thrive here, even if they somehow were able to get enough light and clean water." "Go on." He nods enthusiastically. "But if enough people care, really want them to live, I just know they'll survive. They'll turn green again and flourish." "What? That makes no sense." "You could be right. Perhaps they would. I have some questions." Yeah, you could be right." "I am right. I'm certain of it." A sense of conviction surrounds him like an aura. He seems so unlike the man you just spoke to. "That's all I ask of you, friend. Just care for them. Hope for their recovery. In time, should enough people want it, it'll come to pass. Can you do that for me, friend?" "Truth, yes, I'll help you. Lie, yes, I'll help you." No, I had some questions." "Yes, I'll help you. Truth." "Excellent, my friend, excellent, I thank you. You've given me back my confidence, my purpose. Perhaps I can find others like you who'll listen. Perhaps we'll make a difference. What about your companions, friend? Would you speak with them on my behalf?" "Mort, what do you think?" "Eh? Oh, yeah, sure, whatever you say, Chief." "I'm serious, Mort. Can you make the effort?" Mort looks at you for a while, silently, then nods. "Yeah, I can. If it's that important to you, I'll do it." "Thanks, Mort. Thanks, Mort. Farewell, mourns for trees." Huh. What a cool guy. Let's quick save. "Please, someone help my sister." Oh, damsel in distress. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray, and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation and then notices you. "Greetings." She runs up to you and grabs your arms. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. "Please, help me! Cutter! Please, they're killing my sister!" She begins to tug on your arm. "Who?" She looks around wildly. "This drunken man followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, Cutter, there's no more time. Help us." "Hey, wait. First you said they were killing your sister, and now you say he's killing her. Which is it? Why did he attack her?" "I'll help you. Take me to her." Is this a jig? Wait, did she say that? She runs up to you. "Help me. They're killing my sister. This drunken man followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm." I mean... in the... in the modern day, they and he is not... Like, that's a simple... Like, I do that all the time. I slip in singular they when I'm not sure someone's gender. But, the fact that this game is drawing attention to it makes me think that I should pay attention to it as well, so... Sure, what's the gender of your attacker? She stares at you, unsure of what to say. I'm distraught, I made a mistake. She glances at the blood that stains her dress. "Please help me, Kata." Examine the blood on her dress. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it's completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the bloodstains and then back at you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You're mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying whilst we tarry. You're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. Bluff. You're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. I don't have time for this. Yeah, let's bluff. I don't think I would actually kill her. 500 XP. She looks at you into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously, and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Let me give you some advice. Get out of here and don't come back. Let me give you some advice. She gazes at you in silence, then nods her head. Oh. I was gonna be like, let me give you some advice. Leave. Not, hey, I'll give you tips on how to on how to pick your mark. Oh, shit. Never mind, farewell. Wait, can I talk to her again? Hey, come back. Shit, where'd she go? She vanished. She literally vanished. She was right here. There would be a blue, blue thing there, right? If I could talk to her. Damn. Oh well. Angry Hive Dweller. Harlot. Thugs. Angry Hive Dweller. Ooh, what are you? Black Abishai. I need to remember to pause when I want to talk to someone, because as soon as I click on them, they stop walking. So I should have done that when she was like still running around. This black scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin snake-like frame. A long prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong vinegary smell emanates from the creature, as well as a certain amount of heat. It seems to be ignoring you. Excuse me. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, Mort cuts in before you can speak to the creature. Bah, that. You don't want to be rattling your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave be. I wanted to ask it some questions. No, you don't. Mort glances at the creature, then turns back to you and lowers his voice to a whisper. They're touchy. Just let it go. I'll risk it. This black-scaled fiend towers to a height of 8 feet. Yeah, greetings. The creature slowly turns its head to look down at you. Its scaled forehead wrinkles into a frown, and then it opens its mouth, giving a low, rasping hiss. You notice the heat radiating from the creature begins to rise. Excuse me, are you single? I would like to speak with you for a moment. The creature opens its mouth, displays a row of blackened teeth. Fire begins to dance around its shoulders and arms. Yeah, just said that, right? Yeah, let's hiss back. The creature roars, then it launches itself at you. Shit. I thought that was like a greeting. Alright, can we kill a demon? Probably not. Oh, hell no. Jesus. Okay.
Feels like I've been through a shredder. Alright.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I should be reloading.
Done.
I kind of want to not. Like, I don't know. We keep all our stuff, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got 2 rat tails here. I bet we can turn them in. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to just go with it, you know? Also, I don't think I've ever heard of an Abbasi before.
Done.
Oh, unless they've changed the name. Oh shit, he's still hostile. Okay, alright. In that case, I will reload. Let's do the quick save here. Is it this one? Quick save 1. 8:05, day 1. Yeah, it must be this one. Yeah, okay. And there's the damsel. Hey, greetings. Who? Wait, you said they. Examine the blood. That's hours old. Bluff, you're up to something. Get out of here and don't come back. She nods curtly and then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment and turns to leave. Thank you, Cutter. She sprints off.
All right.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so if the Abbasi is... There it is. Yeah, if he's gonna be hostile after I die, then yeah, maybe I won't, because there's no way I can kill him. Man is draped in filthy tattered brown robes, a long hood concealing most of his face. Greetings. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood. He takes a step back. What do you want? What are you doing? I'm looking for some damn bodies is what I'm trying to do. But you'd think the dead powers had packed up their kip and left the plains the way people are staying healthy and all. There's a sudden gleam in his eyes. We had a pox last month, and it was a glorious time it was. Bodies stink in the high heavens, and plenty of jink to be had too. Why are you looking for bodies? Hey, he looks surprised. Well, you haul the blighters to the mortuary. There they take your dusties. There you talk to the dusties, haggle a little, and get a few bits of jink. Why do the dustmen buy the bodies? They gather the dead. It's their job. They pay us to cover more area and bring any bodies we find to them. Then they make sure that the blighter's body goes to the proper place or gets cremated. They're all serious about it. They're balmy philosophy, but it just means more jink for me. He winks. What is this place? He frowns at you. You're in the hive, of course. Dirtiest bit in all of Sigil. Where are you from, Cutter? You from the Prime or something? No. Why are you looking for bodies? No, I had some questions. He raises an eyebrow. I've some for you, then. Like, what did you want to know, and how badly do you want to know it? What do you mean? Look around you, Cutter. I don't make enough jink to go lighten up the dark for nothing. I'll take a bit of coin. It will... It will... What? It'll take a bit of coin, it will, if you want the chant. Hand him a couple of coppers. He scoffs. Even Dusties pay more than that, Cutter. You must know... You must not need to know much of anything. Dump 10 coppers into his palm? Ask your questions. I can't say I can help, but I might. Tell me about the collectors. We make our living by dragging dealers off Sigil's fair streets and hauling their lead-bottom asses to the mortuary. Not the best way to earn a living, but it's a start. Is that all you wanted to know, Cutter? He looks at you oddly. I'm looking for a man named Farad. He narrows his eyes suddenly. Farad? What about him? You suddenly seem wary. Why? Farad. He spits, sneering contemptuously. Ragpicker's Square is Sharegrave's, me boss's territory. We see... What? Ragpicker's Square is Sharegrave's, me boss's territory, you see. Farad and his dogs came in whiles back and tried to oust us. We fought 'em off, we did. So, they's all hiding somewhere now. We still catch one and his lads now and then round the square. Usually, we turn him into a quick-spotted chink at the mortuary. The pickin' sods. Tell me about Shagrave. He's me boss. Casts his shadow or a whole mess of collectors, he does. I'd stay away from him unless you got right good cause to talk to the man. I've never spoken with him personally myself. Do you know where Farad is? I know where the rat bastard isn't. He ain't where most the collectors call Kip, in the Ragpickers Square. But that he's close by there somewhere. But that he's close by there somewhere is the chant. What? Oh, that he is somewhere... He's close by there somewhere is the chant, as in... That he is close by there somewhere. That's the chant. The chant is the gossip. Yeah, okay. Do all collectors share your opinion on Farad? Farad? Oh no, okay. What? Why is that repeating? We weren't even... that's weird. Like, we had... To even get this conversation in the first place, we had to ask about Farad. Like, that's not what I asked at all, but his response is the same as if we'd just mentioned Farad for the first time. I'm looking for a journal. He shakes his head. Yeah, figures. Farewell. Well, keep yourself safe, Cutter. If I find you on the streets, I'll be kind to your corpse. Leave. Alright. Let's try talking to this Black Abishai again. Yeah, we read that. Greetings, War Chief. I wanted to ask it some questions. I'll risk it. Greetings. I wish to speak with you for a moment. The creature opens its mouth. Calm yourself. I just want to talk. The creature speaks in a rasping hiss. Its voice sounds like two rough stones being scraped together. It hisses for a few moments, its gravelly voice rising and falling. What? The creature snarls. Nothing to say to you, do I? The fiend's eyes narrow to slits. If stay, your warm blood will cover the stones. Just try it. We'll see whose blood covers the streets when we're done. Back off and leave the creature alone. I just wanted to ask you some questions. The creature fucking... Okay. Load. Where was it? I did quick save right before this, right? Yes, 20... Yeah, that one's changed now. Okay, so there's 4 quick save slots and they cycle. I see.
Done.
Did I talk to the collector? The man takes a step back, peering suspiciously at you from behind his hood. Again, eh? What you want? Nothing, farewell. Okay. Yeah. I want to at least get the dialogue with the Abishai, so let's talk to it one more time. I wanted to ask some questions, I'll risk it. Greetings. Speak with you. Calm yourself. What? Back off and leave the creature alone. There we go. Okay. Just to get it, like, added to my journal, right? Black Abishai. Ooh, look at that handsome man. An Abishai is one of the least forms of the Batezu, a race of lawful fiends that seek to impose cruel tyranny on the face of evil. Wait, what? They wish to impose tyranny on evil? I'm not sure I understand that. A Black Abishai is the lowest of the Abishai, ranking below the green and red forms. They are the infantrymen and skirmishers of the Blood War. They are malicious and compared to the rest of the Bazatu race, not terribly clever. Oh dear. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm being quiet because there's some dialogue being called in the ambient noise. I'm trying to listen to what he was saying. Oh shit! Hive thug. Oh no. Oh shit, are they all hostile? Shit. Can I... What does this do? 2d6... Usable... Yeah, okay. I guess I'll use it. That, like, buffed my health, right? Okay. Let's try killing him now. 4 damage. Got him. 5 damage. Got him. And hopefully I didn't need that embalming fluid for anything else. Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Gotcha. Nice. Man, those corpse collectors are really quick, eh? The second they go out of sight, it's like they just get nabbed. Angry Hive Dweller. What's this? Is this the mortuary? No. Hello. Fell. You see a Dabus, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, the same pair of goat horns. They're goat horns? They looked like very different horns. It looked like it had like 5 horns or something, right? Oh well. Then you suddenly realize that this one is walking on the ground, not floating for some reason. That makes you uneasy. Mort, can you translate for me? Mort scoffs. I'd sooner be strained through a Tanarese bowels than unravel what this goathead's trying to say. You want a translator? Find a Sigil native. I see. The Dabus waits patiently, its hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materialize above its head, then dissipate, and a question mark appears. I had some questions for you. The Dabus waits. Who are you? As you were about to ask, you suddenly realize you already know the Dabus' name. His name is Fell. As if in response, the Dabus inclines his head slightly, and a lone symbol appears above its head. It's blurry at first, but then it resolves into a white oval with a black lightning bolt through it. White oval with a black lightning bolt. Is that like the symbol of a god? Like a religious symbol or something? I feel like I know you, Fell. Fell bows reverently, and a stream of symbols swirl around his head, rotating clockwise, then counterclockwise. It takes you a moment to translate. This is the first time and not the first time you've come to this place. Huh. Do you know who I am? Another series of symbols materializes quickly and sharply into focus above Fell's head. The translation comes to you just as quickly and as sharply as the symbols themselves. Okay, so it seems like I know... What are these things called? Remises? I can read Remus. I just don't know that I can. It's like it's coming back to me. And as if you had translated the exact same string many times before. Yes, but I'm not permitted to tell your story. Why not?
Updated my journal.
For a moment there's no response, then a stream of rebuses appear, as if trickling out of the Fell's mind. My apologies, I cannot change the nature of a man. Huh. You can't explain why, but the last sentence sends a crawling sensation through your skull. Nature of a man? What does that mean? The symbols that appear above fell almost mirror the previous stream. My apologies, I cannot say. I see, I had another question for you. What is this place? A slow train of symbols materializes. The symbols take several moments to resolve, starting with a simple line, then flashing themselves out into breathtaking colors. This is where I tattoo color and life upon flesh and bone. Is this where I got my back tattoo? Can I see what tattoos you have? Whoa, I can get... this is just a system. There's a whole subsystem of tattoos. Whoa. Tattoo of the skull. Tattoo of the spirit. Tattoo of action. How long do these last? +1 to dex. This tattoo gives the wearer reflexes. Wearer's reflexes an additional edge, making it more difficult to hit. It's just permanent? These are permanent upgrades? Or is there a limit to how many tattoos I can get? Ooh, you can identify things. Oh shit, hang on. Can you identify my earring? Do I have to take it off? Hey, can I see what tattoos you have? Can you identify my triangle earring? No? Really? Ah. Maybe that menu's just there for every shopkeeper, even if they can't actually identify. Had some questions? What lies beyond that curtain, Fel? A caravan train of symbols slowly materializes, one by one. It is my gallery. Your discarded skins are my canvas. I admire you. I am saddened for you. Saddened for me? Why? Another caravan of symbols, this time forming a circle. The mark of torment lies upon your flesh. Tragedies and loss have built themselves upon it like stones upon a foundation. You have endured great pain. What do you mean? A long string of rebusses appear above Fel's head, then surrounds his arms like manacles. I admire you because you have never surrendered to the weight of these losses, despite the fact their chains hang on you still. Go on. A long string of rebusses, covering him like a cloak. Wow. These losses blanket this life, and all of your past ones. You shed lives like a molting serpent. You are exploring the infinite paths of life. I think I suddenly got very good at reading rebusses, if I can decipher this much. Tell me more. A long string of rebusses appear above the head, then falls suddenly to the floor, streaming out behind him like a shadow. Take with you this warning. Each of your lives casts a shadow on existence. You must travel to a place where these shadows have gone mad, and regrets have scarred the earth. Is there anything else you could tell me? You can tell me all this, but you can't tell me what can change a man? A brief series of paper-thin rebusses appear in an orderly row, then vanish into glowing motes. Do not sign anything. Interesting. Each of your lives casts a shadow. You must travel to a place where these shadows have gone mad, and regrets have scarred the earth. Very well. Another series of rebusses appear, forming a spiral. They have the texture of a question about them. Do you feel complete? Truth. I don't. In fact, ever since I woke up in the mortuary, I feel like something's missing. Something inside. That's none of your concern. I feel complete, yes. Why? Interesting, that's a lie. Yeah. Yeah, let's tell the truth. This guy seems to know me. He's been as honest as he can be. It seems like he's bound by some, I don't know, like gias that prevents him from talking about certain things, but he's been able to be honest with this stuff, it seems like. So yeah, let's respond in kind. Something's missing, something inside. Fel nods, and a series of symbols materialize in a halo. You are strong. Keep faith, and you shall become whole again. Thanks, Fel. I may return later when I have some other questions. Farewell. Have some questions. You say you've met me before, Fel. Do you know how I died? Fel does not respond for a moment, then slowly, menacingly, 3 symbols materialize, each of them casting a long shadow. Shadows. Shadows? 3 symbols swirl around each other, leaving a faint black misty trail about them. They take on a ragged edge like teeth and talons and multiply. Where there were 3, there is 9. 9 becomes 27, until the room is a swarm of shadows. Many shadows. They streamed from the darkness, swarmed you, and left you to die. Now, I'm not sure if he's talking metaphorically or literally. He's probably talking metaphorically, but there is a creature in D&D called a shadow, and it's one of the toughest undead creatures in the game. If I'm pretty if I'm remembering right, like shadows are no joke. Why? The shadowed symbols swirl into one, then dissolve, to be replaced with a simple symbol. A simple symbol. I do not know. I see. I've heard enough. Farewell.
All right.
All right, indeed. Is there anything in here? Tab? Lots of things to click on. This strange-looking chair seems to be where the patron sits. A burning skull has been inscribed on this wall. 2 symbols of duality flank it. This design seems to be of a shadow casting a shadow. The silhouette of the shadow makes it unclear whether it is a man or a woman. A pattern of barbed black branches has been inscribed on this wall. This looks like a clock, but there's no numbers or hands on it. An unusual work of art? Okay, well, I think we'll leave it there. This one went a bit long because I could have ended it before we spoke to Fel, but I felt like I wanted to progress the story a little bit, at least this episode. I almost said session. That's how much this is like making me feel like I'm playing D&D, so that's probably a good sign. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Love and peace.